Mr. Massey.
I hear what's being said with the tribunal, but I really don't believe a black hole in the earth will open up and swallow us all through it if we don't create a tribunal. Um, it's it's one that I've raised to the minister from day one with this legislation, and and I understand like there is logic behind creating it. I mean, it's not like something that's unworthy of looking at. Do we have a budget estimate even on the tribunal in staffing?
So just to be clear, the tribunal will be supported by the Administrative Tribunal Support Services institution, which already supports about a dozen other tribunals. So it's not a question of creating a tribunal machinery from scratch. It's very much going to be supported by an organization that already exists and that already provides services to a number of administrative tribunals.
So it joins, I guess, a group of other I guess I'm not as familiar with this. I'm a Democrat, so we don't get appointed to GIC positions. So that's just the reality of how this place works. So where I'm at now, though, I think important because I've listened really carefully over, and I want to be open so other members of the committee figure out where we're going on this. For me, I've always been open to considering the tribunal. And I haven't been presented a good enough case for it. I know that there are some benefits to it. There's no doubt of that. But I still believe, and I think if there's resources that are lacking, then they should go to the Privacy Commissioner, because I prefer building a model where the Privacy Commissioner has the first solid ground on this, and then following that, there's a process to go to the courts. And I've heard from even the past testimony that we've had, no matter what, we can always end up back in the courts no matter what. So for me, where I'm trying to work on things is, there's people can sue. So I disagree with, but anyway, I'll let my friend explain that later. But for me, at any point, where I'm looking for is a model, and why I'll support the amendment to abandon the tribunal as part of this legislation, but to build one where the Privacy Commissioner does the first right of action, investigation, and so forth. And then if there's a case beyond that somebody wants to bring to the court, they can do that. I don't believe in, at this point in time for this legislation, the tribunal's the right move. So I just want to make that clear for members there, because I have an upcoming sub-amendment to adjust that part of the legislation that we have. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the